How's it going, everyone? My name is True Wonder Dog, and today I'll be showing you some high damaging combos with Joker in every variation. I also have another video breaking down all 3 of Joker's variations in great detail, so I strongly recommend checking out that video once we're done here. Honestly, I was surprised how high Joker's damage can be, especially considering that he's supposed to be a setup character. But even so, his damage can get very high with not much effort. You just have to know which attacks to use. So without any further ado, let's break these combos down step by step. Now this first combo is very easy. It starts off with One Bad Day, which is a very fast punish that launches the opponent for free. That's still crazy to me. It is a meterless punish. Now do be warned, on block this move can actually be risky, because even though it is safe, that final hit can be neutral ducked under, so you still want to hit confirm it even when you punish. Do the first 2 hits, see if they land, then press that final button to launch the opponent. And then once the opponent's airborne, you want to dash forward and do Anarchy in the air. Only the first part, you don't want to finish it because sadly that 3rd hit can't be special cancelled, even though I really wish it could. And then after that 2nd hit, you want to end with Bird Boy Beatdown. And typically you want to amplify it because 3 amplifieds locks and loads that crushing blow, which can be a great way to add damage to any of your combos. And alright, put the entire combo together and it looks like this. Slight dash, and there you go. Now without spinning bar, about 260, that's not too bad. That is a meterless combo. Now if you do want to spin the bar, which typically you do, you get a little bit more damage, about 27%, almost 28, and you're at plus 19 and the opponent is very close. That's a big deal because Joker has an 11 frame mid that the opponent has to block, and this ends in a low, which you can replace with an overhead in the first 2 variations. So that is a 50-50 the opponent has to respect if they don't have any wake up option. So super duper strong to end with the meter burn. It's not a ton more damage, but you get crazy frame advantage and they're left very close, so it's great. Not to mention it also builds that crushing blow, so I do recommend spinning the bar most of the time. So that's a basic mid-screen combo in Joker's variation 1. Now in the corner, this combo gets slightly different. So at the peak of this arc, you want to do Standing 4 or Chuck Chaplin. Oh, Chuck Chaplin, I get it, okay. Then after that, you want to do Clown Prince, because sadly the other string is a bit too slow. You can't actually cancel it into Bird Boy before the opponent hits the ground, but Clown Prince you definitely can. Now this combo option is not super easy, so if you want, you could just do like 1, 1, and then 2, 1, and that could work. But even that's kind of difficult, so maybe 1, 1, and then you do Clown Prince, that's fine too. You get a bit more damage than you normally would mid-screen. However, this combo is the best route I've found so far to maximize damage in the corner in variation 1. So once you put the entire thing together, it looks like this. Once again, spin that bar, and we're getting a solid 30%, almost 31, and once again, plus 19 and very close to the opponent, and we're in the corner. So that's pretty darn nice. It's not the easiest combo to do, but with a bit of practice you should have it down in no time. However, now let's go back to mid-screen because next up we're talking about crushing blow. So this move, Show's Over, will actually crushing blow if you whiff punish with it, which is awesome because it starts up fast at 13 frames, and look at the range on this thing. Just a little bit under jumping distance, so get that crushing blow on whiff, then dash forward and it's the same combo you already know. Spin the bar if you want to, get a little bit extra damage and some frame advantage. Look at that, 37%. Has it ever been that easy? And then we have one more crushing blow that I think is worth mentioning because in variation 3 it gets a lot stronger, but even in variation 1, if you land this crushing blow, you can actually special cancel the 2nd hit. And if you spin the bar, you get some pretty decent damage. Now sadly, outside of variation 3, you can't really get much more than that, but it's still very important to emphasize that you can special cancel this move when it crushing blows. And in the corner, this crushing blow combo is more or less the same as before. You want to do Chuck Chaplin after launching the opponent, and you want to delay it a little bit because it is possible to actually do it too early. And then after that, you want to do Clown Prince and then cancel into Bird Boy Beatdown and spin the bar for a little bit extra damage and work your way towards that crushing blow. Alright, once again, put the entire combo together and it looks like this. And as you can see, over 40% for just 1 bar. That's pretty darn strong, especially once again for a setup character like Joker. And honestly, the guy also has some good zoning and a parry. He's just a very solid character, and even so, he still has really good damage despite being so well rounded. And now we're on to variation 2. Now this variation is mostly for setup, so the combos aren't that different. However, if you amplify Jumping Jester, it has a lot of hits done. More than enough to go in and keep that combo going. In fact, you can actually jump after it. Now, the enemy's hit animation can make it a bit tricky to time your jumping too, so if that's a bit too tough for you to do consistently, jumping 1 is a lot more reliable and only slightly less damage. The point is, jumping gesture has a ton of hits done, and there are ways to set this up. You could go in, and then boink, they get up, bonk, and it lands on their head. However, make sure you do the close version, otherwise it will whiff as you just saw, and if that gesture does happen to hit the opponent, then it's the same combo you always do. You just get the jump in and start things off. So it would be 1, 2, 1, dash forward, 2, 1, and then back forward 2. And then boom, you get your damage. And the damage is slightly better because you get to start off the combo in a different way. As you can see, almost 33%, and it cost me 2 bars this time though. So maybe in this variation it's not always the best idea to spin the bar, because once again it's all about the setups. So that crushing blow might not be as important, and honestly, even if the opponent starts blocking this mid, you still once again have this string which ends in a low or an overhead. So at the very least, they're forced to block your mix-ups, and once you have them scared and thinking about that 50-50, they're just constantly blocking and trying to guess correctly, don't do a string, just walk up and throw. Your throws don't crushing blow unless you've missed your fatal blow, but even so, it's still a fantastic mix-up, and the opponent won't be thinking about it once you've constantly done those 50-50s after the amplified jumping gesture. It's just going to be too much to think about, and that throw is going to land every now and then. And then we have the Jack in the Box, which is more or less the same, but let me show you why I love this move. This move has the added benefit of eating your opponent's wake up. Look at that, that is just fantastic. And if you do something that puts them a bit further away, you'll actually avoid the wake up and still get your combo. So that's very, very strong. And it launches them so high that you have time to do a jumping 2, or in the corner you can actually do a jumping kick for even more damage. Just make sure to delay it quite a lot because they fly very high and it's a bit delayed. Even so, the damage can be very nice. And once you do the jumping 2 or the jumping kick, it's the same combo you would normally do. You would do 2, 1, and then Bird Boy beat down, boom, 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 and you'll get your damage that way. So here's an example of what that combo would look like after the setup. And once again, maybe you don't want to spin the bar, but if you do, you'll get about 28%, which isn't half bad, and in the corner it's a bit more because you get the jumping kick. And once again, you eat the opponent's wake up. Do this enough and they won't want to go for wake ups anymore, which means you can be a bit more aggressive. Maybe dash in, go for a throw, all that fun stuff. And last but not least, we have his variation 3. This is where the combos truly shine for Joker, because now he can combo off of everything, including Calm by Chaos, which starts off as a low. And he does not have his overhead special move in this variation, unfortunately. That does make him a bit more balanced, but if you want a main Joker, it means he's just a little bit weaker in the mix-up game. But even so, he can now combo off of pretty much everything, including this crushing blow from before, as long as you amplify it. Now keep in mind, if the opponent's airborne before you actually do the Kapow special move, when you amplify it, they won't be knocked quite as high. So normally if they're on the ground, for example, you can actually get a full jump in after this. And the combo still keeps on going, and then you end with it, and that's very, very nice. However, if they're already in the air when you catch them with it, you actually can't do that. I didn't hold the button down for long enough. Let's go ahead and show it. So I can still combo after it, as you can see, but there's definitely not enough time to do a jump in and then finish the combo the way I would normally do it. So just keep that in mind. If the opponent's in the air when you land Kapow and then amplify it, they're not launched nearly as high, so you have to adjust your combo accordingly. But for now, here's a very basic combo. We're going to do Calm by Chaos, and then Kapow. We're going to do a jumping 2, then do Anarchy in the air, and then end with Kapow one more time. Now you actually can amplify Kapow twice in the same combo, but outside of the corner, it's definitely not worth it. It's possible to do. And if you're a pro player, maybe you'll want to go for that, but it's so inconsistent and tough to do for me at this point that I can't really recommend it. It's just a bit inconsistent. So for now, that's your basic mid-screen combo. Now if you wanted to start it off with 1, 2, 1 like earlier, you still can. Just once again, keep in mind they won't be launched nearly as high, so as you can see, it's just tough, right? It's not as easy to do, and it's honestly not even worth spinning the bar at this point. Just do the regular Kapow, and you still get some decent damage, about 26%. And as you saw earlier, you can even combo off this crushing blow. Just cancel into Kapow, spin that bar, dash forward, do 2-1, and then boom, 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 kapow one more time. Almost 37% for just one bar outside the corner. That's pretty strong. What makes this build so scary though is that you can even convert off the first hit. If you whiff punish like they do a roll and you catch them, you can still convert off that. These kapow gloves can convert off pretty much any touch in the game, and they're very, very strong for that reason. And now in the corner is where things get very interesting. Now your combos are almost the exact same with a few key differences. So if you land kapow on the ground and then amplify, you can actually do a jumping kick. Now I recommend you delay your jumping kick a bit longer. This actually makes it much easier to land your follow-ups afterwards. And then once again, to end your combos in the corner, I recommend doing Clown Prince. It's just a little bit faster than trying to do this one, the 2-1. It's just not quite as good, and it knocks the opponent a bit higher too, that kick at the end. So it's just a lot more reliable. So say you want to do kapow twice, because you can amplify it twice in the same combo. I recommend ending with Clown Prince into kapow. It's just the best option most of the time. So with all that in mind, here's an example of a more damaging corner combo. And as you can see, almost 42%. Now it did cost us 2 bars, and it's not the easiest combo to do. Just keep in mind, kapow, after you amplify, you can attack almost immediately. You can attack right away. Just make sure to always do Clown Prince. It's the only string I found that's fast enough. If you know a better option, please feel free to tell me in the comments. I got no problem with that. The main thing you always want to keep in mind in the corner is to do jumping kick where you can, and do Clown Prince if you want to amplify kapow twice, or simply if you've done a crushing blow already where they're already airborne like right here. Even in this situation, it's better to do Clown Prince and then kapow if you spend 1 bar. And as you can see, 45% damage, that's nothing to sneeze at, especially for Joker, who once again has a lot of setups and a lot of range. That's some pretty good damage. And also keep in mind, you can dash cancel Joker's crushing blow for even better combos. And the combos are more or less the same as before, except with one more attack string at the start. The dash cancel timing can be a bit tricky, but once you practice it enough, it's honestly not as tough as Johnny Cage's. Alright, and there you have it everyone, some high damaging combos with Joker in all 3 variations. If you know of any more damaging combos, please post in the comments down below. I'd love to read them. If you enjoyed this combo guide and found it helpful, please leave a like down below and feel free to share the video. It really does help my channel out a ton. And then why not keep that combo going by subscribing and ringing that bell? That way you never miss a future video. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.